Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do unbiased price action analysis. But before we get to the price action analysis, according to Financial Juice, here it says, big banks to the rescue. U.S. market wraps from the U.S. market wrap. It says here, U.S. stocks ended the day higher after a rescue package for First Republic Bank was secured, sparking a rally in shares of troubled regional lenders. Somebody's getting rescued. Treasury fell after European Central Bank raised interest rates, fueling speculations that the U.S. Federal Reserve will do the same next week. Interesting stuff. And let me tell you, very interesting. The price action was just as interesting with this big green candle. Look at this. 387 held, guys. Remember what the bear case and the bull case for yesterday was. Bull case was that 387 needed to hold. We need to clear some resistance, right? That 387 is based on the yearly trend line. And we cleared some resistant levels. Some critical ones worth noting is the 61.8 fib level at 391.4. We also recaptured the 200 daily moving average, which was at 392.9-ish. My yellow trend line here, that was based on the head and shoulder pattern that I had. This is the left shoulder, head over here, and this was the right shoulder. It also looked like a triangle pattern here, of course. But yeah, those levels were recaptured, and SPY closed just below the 50% fib level at 396.5. Holy moly. Recapturing some critical levels here, getting a rally. Now, this is where Uncle tells you guys what I'm going to do. And what I'm going to do is give you guys the setups and how we'll trade this. Let's prepare. All right, as far as how I traded the market today, okay, I wrote here in my Discord, first post of the day, well, the second post of the day, 387 is first resistant with first support at 385.5. Watch for the first setup before entering, okay? Before we got this rally, market was chopping a bit over here, okay? 930 candle. Market opened at 386.8, which made 387 first resistant, as I mentioned in the Discord. And look at that, it cleared it. That was the first setup of the day. Cleared resistant. First setup of the day didn't work well yesterday, but it worked well today, and it hit my next target at 388.5. Remember, Uncle plays it level to level. I'll enter from one level, I take profit at the next. We cleared it on this level. 388.5 was cleared on this candle, but we had a false breakout setup, which got a little tricky, came back down, hit that 387 level, washed below it a little bit, but it bounced. Multiple candles, it bounced. And as you guys can see, based on the 15-minute chart, we never lost that 387 level. So there was never, besides this one at 9:45, 10 o'clock, other than that, the critical level, there was not, a reason to enter puts. It just bounced, recaptured 385, and it just rallied the rest of the day. Okay, now what's my strategy? I identified the support and resistance levels. I longed the breakouts of resistance. I short the breakdowns of support. And look at that. Cleared 390. Cleared 391.4. Cleared 393 to 393.5 zone. And it kept going. We had a false breakout setup here. This was an interesting one where the market cooled down a bit. False breakout of 395. And it went pretty close, a few cents shy of the 393.5 level to 393 zone. But once we recaptured 395 at the end of the day, it went and ended the day just a few cents shy of the 396.5 level. Okay, so overall, very bullish day, a trend day. Long in the breakouts of resistance worked pretty well overall. Okay, now as far as the critical levels go on the daily chart, all right? That yellow trend line, that's about 394 right now. It's sloping up. So definitely watch that, okay? 393, 393.5 zone, as mentioned yesterday, was the top of the chop zone when I was talking about the chop phase. We got the breakout above it, okay? So in theory, we could get more of a rally, but we need evidence of that. And the evidence of that would be to clear more resistant levels. And when we clear resistant levels, that's when we want to look to long, okay? So as long as above 394 and 395, okay, I'm watching 395 as well as support. I need to see that 396.5 level break out, okay? RSI is not overbought yet, so it's possible that the SPY can actually do it. So if it clears 396.5, that will be a continuation of this rally. That will be your trigger or indicator to enter longs, all right? I'll be watching that 50 daily moving average, which is at 399.7. It might slope up to 400 tomorrow, which is a level I'm watching. So if it clears 400, 401.6 is the next level. Okay, remember, I give you guys these levels so you know when to take profits, when to cut loss, all that happy stuff, all right? So yeah, if it clears that 38.2 fib level at 401.6, here comes the upper targets at 404, 405. And look at this orange trend line right here. 406.2, well, 406.3 would be the breakout of that trend line, okay? We could get a third touch, and it could reject. That would probably be a good spot to short from, but you have to cut loss if it breaks out, of course, okay? Proper risk management, all right? So right now, the bull case is in play as long as above 394, all right? As far as the bear case, if it breaks back below, you know, this was likely a bull trap, okay? A lot of times in these downtrends, these rallies are pretty violent and they get people bullish. And once enough people get bullish, that's when they put rug pull on us, okay? So we got to be prepared and watch that 394 level, because if it breaks down, you know, that's our trigger to enter shorts. Definitely watch that 200 daily moving average. If it breaks down, enter shorts. 391.4, which is the 61.8 fib level. You know what to do if it breaks down. You want to go short, okay? So remember, we recaptured these levels today. So if it fails to hold, those are false breakout setups, which are very bearish, okay? So yeah, below 391.4 would be pretty bearish. 390, sorry about that, 390, 388.5, and the critical on the yearly trend line is at 386.7 now. Okay, it's sloping down, obviously, okay? So below that would be very bearish. I'd probably favor new lows. Below 384, which will probably break down. Below 380, okay? So just watch these levels, guys. There's no need to be biased. You know, if you are biased, just play the bullish setup. When resistance clears, play those setups. If you are bearish, just play the bearish setups. When support fails, look to short. All right, let's get your money. Let's get our money. Okay, right now, that 394 is the line in the sand. All right, between being bearish and bullish right now. Below it is bearish as long as it hold bullish, but I still need to see 396.5 clear to show follow through. Okay, guys, triple Q. If I zoom in, remember that trend line that I had? We had 3 touches on that trend line from early February, mid-February, and early March. Breakout. That was a strong breakout, guys. Above 300. I mentioned yesterday, above 300. Look to long. So hopefully you guys was able to catch that breakout. All right. Now I do have a critical fib level at 303.8. I would stay bullish as long as above that level. But if that level failed, that's when I would switch bearish to play the false breakout. Okay, so below 303.8, look to short. I got 300 to 301 zone in play with 298.7-ish. That's the trend line again. What was the trend line? It was at sorry, it was at 299. Sorry, the trend line's at 299 with 297, 294.3 ish, and 293 below. Okay. Now the next resistance that I need to see triple Q clear is this purple trend line. That's the Fibonacci channel line from all-time high to the October low. And that resistance level is at 306.7. So if we can clear 306.7, we could see a test of 309, 311, 313.3-ish, and maybe go test 317.2-ish. All right, guys, those are my levels for triple Q. And his IWM, it tested that 61.8 fib level as resistant today. Couldn't quite close above it. It's at 176.5. If IWM can clear it, though, look to long. Look at that RSI. It is more closer to being oversold. It's far from overbought. So if it can clear 176.5, that's a good risk-reward ratio for some longs. The levels I would watch is 178.3, 179.3, 181. There's a gap at 181.5 as well. There's a 182 and another Fibonacci level at 185.2. And this green trend line that I got here sloping down. Let me fix that, sorry. If it can clear 185.2, that green trend line is about 187.6 if it clear that, all right? So the best time I would turn bearish, like I always say, is when support fail, and support that I'm watching is 174.3. If that level fail, look to short, and we could see 172.5, 170.3, and 168 back in play, okay? Tesla was able to close just a little higher than yesterday, okay? Yesterday, it nearly tested the critical fib level, the 23.6 fib level at 175.6. That's from all-time high down to January 2023 low. And it showed some follow-through, okay? Not the strongest follow-through that Tesla have shown in the past, but, you know, overall bullish. So, yeah, if it can get back up, stay above 183.5, that next resistance at 186. If that can clear 190.3, and the 20 daily moving average is at 192.2-ish. Okay, it might slope down a little bit tomorrow. And the next resistance I'll be watching is at 199.5, okay, based on this yellow trend line that I have here, okay? Best time to get bearish on Tesla. Watch that support at 182. All right, if that fails, 180, 178. 175.6, that's the critical fib level. I got 173.4 below that. If that fails, 169, 163.5, and 160 would be in play, okay? Look at Apple. Finally cleared that 50% fib level at 153.5, okay? That was a bullish breakout, but look at where it paused. Paused at familiar territory where we had strong selling pressure. We had a double top over here from February 16th and March 6th high. All right, so that's around 156.2ish. So if it can clear 156.2, that'll be pretty bullish. We can go test 157.5, 159, and 160.5ish. All right, I have support at 154.5 and the critical one at 153.5. All right, that's the big level I've been watching all week. If 153.5 failed, that's when I would look to short to trigger more downside. 151.5, 150, 147.5, and 146.6 back in play, okay? Now here's the VIX. While SPY was going up, VIX was throwing up to the downside, breaking down back down these support levels, you know, 26 and 23, 23.8ish. Couldn't hold. All right, so as long as below, VIX is bearish, okay? And watch that 21.2 level. Below that would be bearish with 18 and 17 back in play. DXY chopped a little bit today, but it managed to stay above 104.1. So despite the rally with SPY, you know, the VIX was fairly bearish today, but the DXY didn't really go anywhere. So You know, if it wants to get bearish, gotta break down 104.1. If it wants to get bullish, gotta break above 105.1. All right. Now here is the option flow for the SPY overall bearish. Seeing a lot of split and block orders. Usually we see a lot of sweep orders, you know, and it did come in pretty early in the day, mostly calls, but the sizes were regular. But we saw a lot of split and block orders though. Okay, so yeah, a lot of these calls are in the money calls. Here's QQQ, 87% in the puts. All right, we are seeing a lot of sweeps, only a few block orders. But yeah, this one right here, pretty aggressive. Over 5,000 in size, 265 strike price for April. They entered around 307. Look at these more puts for 250 strike price for the end of March. Okay, these are pretty aggressive plays, guys. IWM, 96% for puts. Still seeing big money. 165 strike price, 160 strike price for April and June. Okay, so they got some time on it. And some block orders here. Tesla, 54% into calls. Now this is an aggressive one here. Sweep orders, 220 strike price for April 21st. They entered around 183.7, over 7,000 in size. They got some time on it, 220 strike price. That's pretty aggressive. And Apple, 92%. So despite the up move today, you know, that's what the flows are showing, 92% in the puts. And last but not least, the VIX. And yeah, 62% in the puts. All right, guys, so that's what I have for you guys. Uncle was feeling so unwell with this video, so if I sound funny, my bad. My kids, they got the tummy ache, the stomach bug. They brought it home from school, and then Uncle caught it. So I've been throwing up all day, but was able to make this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want more content from Uncle Charles, please consider joining my Discord. The information is in the pinned comment below. Thank you. Peace.